Good morning, dudes. How is it going? Today we're taking a look at the game between Asus, Polar and Evil Geniuses for the Dota Pit League Season 3. Yeah, so this is a game that like a few people requested. I'm not really sure why. It's really long. I'm not a particularly big fan of really long games, but you know what, we can do one of those every once in a while, right? And yeah, so that's basically why. So it's EG versus Asus. Teams, we got Earthshaker, Shadow Fiend, the Badge Rider, Skyrif, and Lycan. I skipped through the picking because this is already really long, right? And we don't need to make it any longer as it already is. On the other side, we've got Io, Bristlebag, Sniper, Night Stalker, and of course Zeus. So it's gonna be interesting to see how these lanes play out. Su's probably gonna end up as a support off lane. I'm not really sure what this is actually about. They're currently going into the bottom. Sniper obviously taking the mid. Bristleback gonna be taking the top. Seeing as Illidan is Asus's main carry player, this is gonna be a safe lane carry Bristleback. That's for certain. So I'm not really sure what this Zeus or this Night Stalker are gonna be up to. It's gonna be interesting to see. On the other side, we got Shadow Fiend in the mid, assumedly. I assume, I expectedly. I would say that B-Rabbit. That's actually a great name, B-Rabbit. But that he's gonna be taking the mid lane. We've got Fear on a Lycan, likely safe lane. We got IU 2000 and Skyrif, gonna be supporting at the bottom. PPD, of course, and Universe gonna be sticking around the top and in the mid lane. You know, Universe will be off lane, right? But PPD, I'm guessing he's gonna try a little bit of rotating. You know, he's gonna go into the mid, gonna go into the top, maybe rotate it to the bottom. Earthshaker tends to be a very active hero, and you know, you do that because it's good. So that's always that. Anyway, mid lane, we got G versus B-Rabbit. I still like that name, B-Rabbit. Anyway, the Sniper versus Shadow Fiend. I've talked about this on a few occasions. I think both sides can really win this. I usually would expect the Sniper to take it because Sniper is stupid. But at the same time, I can definitely see Shadow Fiend coming out ahead. Fear gonna be going up against that Night Stalker Zeus line. If you had shown me this shit, like, I don't know, a year ago, no, you're not even a year, like half a year ago, I would be like, bitch, you're crazy. What the hell are you doing? What is this scrubby, puppety shit? Like, what is this? But no, I guess this is just how the game has developed. We're gonna see the Night Stalker with the Zeus at the bottom lane going up against the Lycan, Skyraf, and I guess Earthshaker. Now, I actually think this one is gonna end up working out in favor of Asus. Lycan doesn't actually deal that much damage early on. He really doesn't contribute much to a fight. He kind of needs some levels. He kind of needs level 6, honestly. And yeah, the W is good. Don't get me wrong. The W is a very powerful ability. Nonetheless, without the walls, right? And the walls at the early levels are just kind of pointless. Lycan just doesn't have much going for him. Oh, at the bottom. At the rune. Just a little bit of a skirmish. Nothing too serious. But yeah, Lycan just really doesn't do that much. So this might actually be why we've got this odd lane from Asus, right? It's just mostly a lack of fighting potential. But Fear actually going in on Sedor here. So as you can see, now, again, like while the Howl is very good, it's just not quite enough to get a kill. Right? It's very predictable how much damage you're gonna deal, and it's a little bit unfortunate like that. Illidan, he's going in on Universe. They got the IO backing him up, so that will likely just be an easy kill. Yeah, I don't see what Universe can do to prevent this from happening. A bit unfortunate, but you know, it's the offlane, right? It's the offlane. You're gonna end up dying, and that's okay. It's not the biggest of deals. It's just something that happens. So, bit of a funny side note, I think, is that really all heroes in this bottom lane should get a magic wand. Like, all of them. Because Zeus is gonna be spamming, and Skyrif is gonna be spamming, right? So both sides have a reason to get it. At the same time, both sides have very predictable damage, right? It's not really... I guess actually Asus does have burst, But it's very limited because the Zeus is not gonna be that high in levels. Neither is gonna be the Night Stalker, right? So it might actually be like, you know, it's gonna be interesting to see how these lanes play out, and just having a bit more mana, I feel can be very important right here. But you know, meantime, we got the Skywrath mage. He's just harassing, and he's just doing it well, right? The cool thing about Skywrath, the Arcane Bolt is basically a second attack, so you can't win a harassment fight against him. You just can't do it. It's not possible. Basically, everybody loses. So, you know, that's why he can't just go in and be that aggressive. On top of that, he has got the very high movement speed. Now, at the same time, he needs to be careful. If he gets caught out, he's dead. 0 armor, not really that much HP, right? He doesn't stand much of a chance. Anyway, B Rabbit is actually winning that mid lane against G. Now, again, as I mentioned, I give this lane to the... Oh, PPD, dropping low. Actually gonna be taken down here, AoE. AoE to the Skywrath. Might also fall. Somersault's chasing him down. He doesn't have enough mana left, and there we go with the magic stick. In the meantime, Sniper goes down on the mid. B-Rabbit takes that kill, and he's now chasing down by the IO. I would actually like to see how this one played out. So, G still sitting on full HP. Rabbit just coming in, and one race, second race. I don't really know what G was thinking here. I suppose he was very optimistic because of the IO, but they broke the link. Had they kept that link intact, I think the Sniper would actually have been fine and Rabbit would have died, but you gotta coordinate that. Somehow FNG moved towards the bottom while Sniper moved towards the top. Not a great way to go about it. Another thing about playing against a Shadow Fiend, right? I feel like a mistake the Sniper did right there is he ran around, right? Against a Shadow Fiend, you want to be static. Because if you run away from him, right, he gets at least 2 raises. If you run into him, he gets 2 raises. The only way he only hits 1 is if you just sit where you are. Because then he already used that one and he can't use it again, right? So he needs to be the one to position himself. And in that case, now you change the situation from him chasing you down, which of course is much less favorably, to you chasing him down. Right, because you can't just be, okay, I'm just going to keep this distance, I'm going to keep this even, and I'm going to get attacks in the meantime. I feel like G didn't need to die right there, but he panicked, and it's fine, right? Against Shadow Fiend, everybody panics. This hero deals a lot of damage, and it's difficult. But as I mentioned, the Shadow Fiend is actually winning the lane against G right here. Not too surprising, right? Again, I give the edge to the Sniper. Shadow Fiend can win against anyone, though. And it shouldn't surprise you, because Shadow Fiend scales with skill. Right, this hero is actually insane, and if B-Rabbit just plays better than G, then he's gonna take this, no problem. Because that's how Shadow Fiend works. Anyway, he might be in a bit of an issue, a bit of an unfortunate situation right here. Runs into the bristleback, and he will be taken down. That is for certain. They don't get a return kill. PPD tries to block off the Sniper, does so, but it doesn't really matter because, you know, the Bristleback is far too powerful. And this Bristleback IO lane is actually just god-awful. Anything that gives Bristleback mana is the worst thing in the world and should not be allowed. Like, that is just horrendous. Why would you do that to anybody? It's just, it's the worst. Alright, he can't just chase anybody down. And here you go again. Going in on PPD, he got this Orb of Venom here, that's gonna be another kill. Now, B-Rabbit coming in, misses the first race. Second race does not connect as well, and FNG might actually be the one dropping here. Anyway, no, and Storm Rage, he's looking to turn it around. Gets 1 hit, gets 2 hits, and down he goes. Skywrath now incoming, but that one ain't gonna happen. Yeah, you ain't catching Storm Rage like that. You are not prepared. But, well, Shadow Fiend misplayed that. He wasn't quite sure who he was going for, and then he just put his race right between them. Didn't hit either one. Could have gotten 1 kill. I think he could have gotten the IO if he had just played it safer, I suppose, right? But oh well, you know, what can you do about it? He tried, and it didn't work out in the end. I feel like he shouldn't have challenged it in the first place, however. Right? It's one of those cases. As a Shadow Fiend, I personally believe that you just have to chill, right? Just relax. You're better off having a 0-0-0 score than you with a 6 and 3. Because you need souls and you just want to get farm. And Shadow Fiend farms so quickly. So honestly, getting, like, spending your attention and your time on creeps is a more efficient way of getting money than getting hero kills. Unless you get a ludicrous amount of them. So I don't like him TPing in there at all. Well, Illidan, gonna be taking that ancient stack. I don't actually know who stacked it up, probably the Asus or somebody. But that's of course a pretty huge deal. I mean, the IO is gonna get a lot out of it. The bristleback, he's gonna be drowning in money after this one. Why is he not using this? Oh, there we go. I mean, he had the money for the Vanguard for a little while, and there's not really much of a reason to not upgrade it, right? It just helps you, and you're obviously going for the Crimson Guard, so might as well do it right away. I don't know what the IO is doing either. This is a little weird to me. I mean, he's still in experience range, I would assume. Is he? Well, yeah, he definitely is now. Why? I don't really understand why he isn't helping him. That's a little questionable. But I'm sure they have their reasons. Oh, by the way, this is a cute little trick. By dropping the Vanguard, you reduce your overall amount of HP, so the static heal from the IO ends up being more effective. It's, you know, it's just something that helps a little. It's a bit risky, of course, because you might just end up using the losing the Vanguard, but nah, that's unlikely. Does it teleport back the creep? No, it doesn't. Would have been cute. Shadow Fiend in the meantime, they take a kill on the sniper. My guess is that was just a grab. Oh, yeah. Grab into a bunch of razors. Poor old sniper didn't stand much of a chance there. So, well, Fear. Fear's actually not doing that well. A bit surprised by that, honestly. His farm is okay. 58 last hits. That, you know, that's fine. But it's actually not as good as could be, right? And he's gonna die right here. God, that bristleback is just rolling over EG. Yeah, now this is of course an issue, because this hero will continue to steamroll you, right? Bristleback doesn't stop. He's motherfucking Illidan Storm Rage. He's not afraid. He doesn't need to be afraid. You should be the ones that are afraid, right? So, frankly, they need to find a way to deal with the guy. And that's gonna be difficult. Like, what do you do against this bristleback, right? He's super tanky. He's got 1500 HP. He's got a Crimson Guard. What do you do? Like, what is the plan here? And I don't have an answer. I don't. Try to get the Shadow Fiend to level 11 and slap a Yules on the guy. Maybe. If you get the perfect ultimate, I can definitely see you being able to take down a bristleback. But of course you need to get that perfect ultimate for that. And Shadow Fiend... I mean, he died twice. That slows down a Shadow Fiend a lot. But G is gonna be grabbed right here again. Wait. Didn't we just have that exact kill? Oh no, FNG taken down. Storm Mage sitting in the middle. He's looking powerful. The ultimate is popped. He does have a few more quill sprays. And he doesn't actually get anything here. And down he goes. Greedy plays, and they pay for it. Lose 3 heroes, might even be 4. The tactical pause at the last second. And the tactical unpause. And down goes... No, the tactical pause again. Okay, it doesn't really matter because this guy is dead. Okay, but what's going on here? Can we just let him die? Just let him die in peace, man. He's at 15 HP. There you go. Oh, that's 4 kills for EG. Pretty big deal. And that's the finished duels. Quick side note, I don't like that the Shadow Fiend doesn't have power treads. I think power treads are really nice for the toggling. Can come in very handy. And, you know, it's just all around great. Shadow Fiend already hits really hard. Just because of his abilities, right? So the 30 additional attack speed actually really help your DPS a lot. Like, that is significant. And I get that he wants his Yules, but I think power treads would be nice to have. I mean, I'm hoping he gets them now. I see no reason to skip him entirely. Unless he's going for the super old school build, which is early Boots of Travel. But I haven't seen that done in a while. Now that's gonna be interesting. Anyway, he's gonna get lucky right here. Grabs himself a regeneration. Meantime, Roshan taken down by Asus. And well, this is pretty good for them, of course. I don't know who they're gonna put the edges on. I don't know if... Honestly, I don't know if Illidan is the right choice. Oh, they fall back. They don't want to finish him. Well, it's kind of risky, but at the same time... Oh, Sedoi is deep inside of the enemy territory. It's gonna be grabbed, gonna be bursted down. That's the end of him. Sniper. Assassinate coming down. Zeus ultimate used as well. This fight is so split up. G up in the air. He's gonna end up being fine. I don't know if the same can be said for Fear. He doesn't have an ultimate. It's only level 9, so the cooldown on that is very long. And down he goes. So that's a 1-for-1, but I feel like Asus definitely came out ahead. They're gonna go ahead and take down Roshan now. Now, as I was about to say, I don't know if you want to put this on Storm Rage. I feel maybe G might be better. Yes, he's weaker, but he's also more likely to die. Okay. You know, like there are two lines of thinking there, right? The one is, which hero is the scariest and would be horrible if he resurrected? That is Illidan, right? Storm Rage, if he comes back, holy fuck, teamfight done. Which hero is more likely to die? Well, it's obviously the Sniper, right? And it's not like Sniper is super weak. He isn't doing incredibly well. He only got 60 last hits. I died 3 times now, so that's a little unfortunate. God damn it. Competitive Dota, you suck. I hate these pauses so much, but, you know, it's basically a matter of, well, you know, G is more likely to die, and it's not like he's useless, right? That's not true at all. He's pretty powerful. Oh, quick side note, I would like to see him put a second point into the headshot early on. Right, it actually scales weirdly, as in that the level 1 isn't that powerful, but the level 2 becomes significantly more powerful. It's 15, 25, 25, 25. So the second point into the headshot is more than 100% increase in power. So I personally would basically... Like, I like getting the second point into it and then max out the tech aim. You don't need to sit at, what, 950 range. You don't need that. You're gonna be okay with 850, right? That's fine. So, I personally prefer that, if I'm completely honest. You just killed that. How does it surprise you that this camp isn't ready yet? You literally just killed it. Holy fuck. You know? That is a little silly. Oh my god. I hate this so much. I mean, why is this happening? Okay. Bottom tower dead. Illidan. He's got himself a Sage now. Might end up being a Sage in Yasha. Could be a Heaven's Halberd. I can see both being useful. I gotta admit, I prefer the Sage and Yasha, honestly. Not that big of a fan of the Halberd. I mean, it's useful and everything, right? But you really only have one hero that you can apply that to. That's the Shadow Fiend. What did the Living Hells be Rabbit doing? He's got 3,000 gold and no power treads. See, this is another one of those games where somebody's trying to be cute, right? The Shadow Fiend is trying to be cute and saying, ah, I don't need to upgrade my boots. Not me. Stop doing that. Okay? We upgrade those motherfucking boots. Because that's good. That's how people play this game. Because it's good. Like, the upgrades, honestly, all of the boots upgrades are very powerful for the cost. Like, they just give you a lot. So, yeah, I highly disagree with this, and I don't really know. Like, he's probably just trying to get that early BKB. While I see that being useful, you're still gonna be destroyed by the sniper and the bristleback. So I do not agree with it whatsoever. And I think you should get boots. You can get the BKB afterwards, but just get the fucking boots. Stop being cheeky. I hate it when people do this. Well, he's got 4k now. If he's going for Radiance, he can pick up his relic now. Early Divine Rapier, let's go. But even if you got the Divine Rapier, you still want power threats for the attack speed. Like, that's another thing to keep in mind, right? He doesn't actually hit that hard right now. Yes, he hits for 162 damage. That is indeed true. But he only attacks once every blue moon. Because he has no attack speed. Power threats would add another 30 to this, right? He's currently sitting at 164. That's like a 20% increase. He's got Yasha and TP boots. Why in the living fuck would you not buy either one of those items earlier? I mean, if that's what you were going for, why would you not buy them earlier? Why would you save up until you have infinite money? I do not understand, and I don't think there's any reason to it. And B-Rabbit might actually be in a bit of trouble here. Oh, if he pops that. Yeah, they found him. Silence. And down he goes. But yeah, he has no HP. He has 900 HP. But he was doing well in the mid lane. This I wholeheartedly disagree with. Ring of Region. So it's gonna be a mecha. The 20-minute mecha. That's not even gonna be a 20-minute mecha. It's gonna be like a 24-minute mecha. No, I don't get that. Well, G is gonna be taken down here. Poor little fella can't really do much against the Bat Rider. I disagree with this entirely. And it's not even just like, I don't think that this item build in of itself is that terrible. It's fine. Right? The TP boots are okay. That's a strong item. And the Yasha, yeah, build that into something useful. Why not? I don't have an issue with that. What I have an issue with is saving up 4,000 gold and then doing that. Because that is just pointless. Look, you gotta decide on your items earlier than that. It's not that difficult. And now don't give me that bullshit that you needed to wait and see what was going on. Because what were you waiting for? It's not like anything changed. You still know the bristleback is scary. You still know the sniper is kind of relevant, but not really that important. And you know that they have a decent amount of magic coming out from the Asus. Like, none of this changed. Oh, by the way, talking about Asus, he got himself a Hand of Midas. I like that. That is good. That is really, really nice. I very much appreciate that. The thing about that, you know, it gives him the ability to actually make sure he has items. Right? It just puts him into a situation where, no, I might be doing horribly this game, but I'm still gonna have money because I got a Hand of Midas. I think that's what Hand of Midas does, and make sure that you definitely, under all circumstances, will get money. And I think that is very useful and very beneficial to a team, especially if you're a Asus. And you see that? He has no HP, none. He just dies horribly. Now, let me be honest. What I would have liked to see on the Shadow Fiend, right? Just good old power threats. And then maybe work towards a BKB. Or just rush a Skadi. Right? Maybe get a Shadow Blade. Maybe, you know, that wouldn't be too bad. I can see that being useful. Actually, no. Not against the Asus. No, don't get the Shadow Blade. That would be awful. But this, I just don't understand. This is beyond me. He's going for high movement speed against a team that is filled with slows. A little odd, to say the least. Meantime, Io actually goes down in the mid. Sorry, I missed that one. Let's talk about heroes and players that are less upsetting. We got Lycan. He has his level 2 Necrobook done. Of course, he's working on a big level 3. Yes, that's gonna be very powerful, and I'm pretty sure he's looking forward to it. And on top of that, we got PPD with nothing. Bat Rider, of course, 4-staff, Blink, TP boots. I don't mind TP boots on Bat Rider, by the way. Like, that's perfectly fine, because Bat Rider needs movement speed. So that is great. You know, if he really wants to, he can grab something like a Mask of Madness. Though I do not recommend a Mask of Madness this game. I think a BKB would be better. Skyrev, of course, has nothing. Just going for some Null Talismans for a little bit of extra damage. And on the other side, Io, nothing. Bristleback, he now got Ascension Yasha done. I assume it's BKB that's coming up. I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't see any issue with the BKB at all. So, yeah. Sniper, of course, he's working on Sage and Yasha, I assume. Could also be a Yasha and a BKB. Either one would be fine in my book. We've got the Nightstalk with his Hand of Midas, and the Zeus, of course, with his Hand of Midas, who's now starting to work on possibly an Aghanim's. Could be an Aghanim's. It could also just be a point booster, right? That then later builds into an Aghanim's, and he goes for something else first. I wouldn't mind either one, honestly. Well, I guess at the same time, he got a Soul Ring already. He could also potentially be building a Bloodstone. I don't think so, though. I don't see much of a reason to do that. Sedoi, in the mid, he's caught up. Taking a lot of damage from the Skyrev, and down he goes. That silence, of course, amplifies all of the magic by so much that the poor little fella doesn't stand much of a chance. And the Sniper goes down on the top. Shadow Fiend takes that kill. Actually, okay, wait. There's so much happening around the map right now. So, Rabbit. Yeah, okay, that is the easiest kill of your life. Down here, we've got Zeus trapped in by the Necro Box. Oh, the poor little fella. I actually feel terrible for him. That is awful. How did he end up in that situation? Wait, I'm sorry, I need to know this. Why? Why would you go in here? Oh, he's trying to hide. Yeah, Lycan activates his ultimate, chases him down, and then just leaves the creeps on him. Stormrage leaves Summer Soul. Oh, that is so mean. I feel so bad for Summer Soul right here. There's no reason for Stormrage to leave Summer Soul, because he's not getting that Lycan. He's just not. He's got the ultimate. He's too fast. That was just very greedy, and I feel like that was bad communication as well. Poor Zeus. I feel bad for him. I feel like Stormrage could have helped him. Oh well. Well, B-Rabbit now got a kill up top, and of course he's got his Manta style done, so he's looking pretty powerful. Now, the item build he's going for, right, with the TP boots, Yules, and Yasha, is super farm heavy, right? That is a 100% I'm gonna be farming for at least another 20 minutes build. And I think that's fine, right? Like, definitely, I can see that being okay. But you gotta keep in mind you're going up against a sniper, right? If you want to farm for another 20 minutes, feel free, right? Fantastic. But after those 20 minutes, you need to actually go and have enough to win the game. Because you're playing with fire there. Shadow Fiend doesn't need to go super late game. That's the cool thing about this hero, right? He can't just say, oh, we need to fight right now. Well, let me just go ahead and grab a BKB and a Blink Dagger. Let's do this shit. And that is a very powerful build. That's how... Wait, is he not maxing this? Why would you not max the presence of the Dark Lord? Why would you only put 2 points into it? I'm confused. That is weird to me. I mean, if you don't like the ability, I can kind of understand that. Not really though, because actually 6 minus armor is pretty significant. Like, that helps a lot. But I don't know why you would put exactly 2 points into it and then go stats instead. That is a little confusing. I mean, does anybody have exactly 4 armor? No. Like, I am thoroughly confused by that. I just don't understand B-Rabbit, I suppose. I just want to listen to his music. That's him, right? That's the guy from 8 Mile. That was his name. Eminem? No? I'm pretty sure that was him. Like, the one is just like... Everybody from the 313. Wait, how does it go? Put your put your hands on... I don't know. I don't remember the lyrics exactly. I just know that one scene where it's just like... Oh, Somersault. No, he didn't say that, but Somersault goes down. Sedoi getting chased down by Fear, and of course, that Lycan is absolutely overwhelming at the moment. Stormrage sitting in the middle with the BKB trying to take down the Necrobox. In the meantime, in the background, we got the sniper picked off, and now it's basically just the Bristleback versus the rest of the team. We do have the IO still around. He's doing the relocate, gets himself out of there. Actually, no, gets himself in. Holy shit, that was aggressive. So that was a 3-4-1. Not really the greatest fight, but they did get Roshan, so it could have been worse. Oh, Stormrage? Nah, he's gonna end up being fine. Oh, man. Right, how does it go? Like, notice while he stands tough. No. Ah, Notice that this man did not have his hands up, or something like that. God. I don't remember the exact lyrics, but that was such a great scene. Like, honestly, look, when I started watching 8 Mile... Look, okay, how do I say... I really like 8 Mile. I think 8 Mile is a fantastic movie. It is really, really good. I did not expect it to be as good as it was. Now, at the same time, I did not expect it to be what it was. Or is, right? I expected it to be like this rise of Eminem, like, to an actual rapper. But instead, that wasn't what it was about. It was more like a week of Eminem's life before he became famous. And that to me was really, really cool. Like, that was still a great movie and a great concept. But I really do wish we had more of those rap battles. And we had a bit more of, like, we had seen a bit more of his rise. And it didn't just end with that one last battle. But that last battle was also so good that it's like a perfect ending. It's so difficult, but that was a great movie. Poor old Somersault, he just can't do much about this. Yeah, those necro books are tearing through Asus right now. Like, they are trying to make things work, but it's just not happening. The Lycan is overwhelming. Absolutely overwhelming. He's about to get himself an assault cuirass, and then he's just gonna continue going on like this, right? This is gonna be an issue for Asus, definitely. Oh, Bristleback got a kill on Skyref. Sorry, I entirely missed that. And they take IO out in return. Now Stormrage chasing down PPD. He's looking for another one to make up for this. Still wants to come out ahead. PPD dropping. He took some damage here, and Assassinate finishes up that kill. Now Universe grabs Stormrage. They're looking for this one, but he's strong, he's powerful. Oh, Universe gonna be taken down by another Quill Spray. Sidoi, Somersault sitting in the back, keeping fear out of the fight. And I feel that the Lycan is gonna be forced to retreat right here. So that's a 3-4-1 in favor of Team Asus. And that's gonna be a nice little tower kill in the mid. And they are looking pretty solid. I mean, even though I just said that the Lycan is a problem, as long as you can take care of the Lycan, I just don't think that Asus has many more problems in those fights. Shadow Fiend, again, farming build, so he doesn't really have much. Yeah, he basically has a Manta Star and a Yules, right? Like, these don't really do much during a fight. He's not working on his Skadi, which I like a lot. I think the Skadi is going to be very good here. But nonetheless, right, he is still in a situation where he doesn't really deal that much damage. He's not really that important. And he gets taken down quickly. So he really needs that Skadi, right? The Shadow Fiend desperately needs another item. And actually, oh no, the poor little fella, he might be... No, okay. Doesn't walk into the lane. Doesn't want to risk it. Oh, Zeus ultimate used. They know what's going on. Universe, he's silenced. Uses the Yules, trying to keep himself safe. Purchase off the silence that way. And down he goes anyway. I think that purchased the silence, right? I'm not wrong about that. Stormrage looking for the bash, doesn't get it. Kind of a aggressive BKB right there. Not really too sure if that was a great choice. He still has a few charges of longer duration, so honestly you want to be a bit more careful with that. Especially if he still has the Aegis. Honestly, I would rather use the Aegis than the BKB. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind that the BKB right here is not just used for magic immunity, blocking damage, right? It's used for preventing the mana burn from the Lycan, which is actually a really big deal. The Bristleback without mana is just not that dangerous, right? You want to be spamming, you want to be active, you want to use your Snort and your Quill Spray as often as possible. And if the Lycan comes in and just bursts through all of your mana, then how can you do that? That's right, you can't. You're just stuck. You're just in an awful position. And oh, FNG might find PPD. No, he doesn't get it. Maybe still. Oh, he gets him. They know he's here. They know he's here. Zeus ultimate used as well. And he's gonna be fine. Okay. Yeah. Cute little encounter right there. Talking about Zeus, by the way. About to get himself an Aghanim. That's good. That's a powerful item. He's gonna be hitting hard, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see him just go for a refresher afterwards. You know, like this Zeus, he doesn't really need utility. His purpose in this game is just to deal some damage. And, you know, like, refresher, Aghanim's is a great way to do that. Really is. Like, if you are a mid Zeus, then you're not always just damage, right? Sometimes you need to get a sheep stick or a blink dagger so you can be more active. But this guy right here, we're just not worried about that. If he can drop 2 ultimates, he's done his job. He doesn't need to do more than that. And you see, this is why I like the what's his face? Hand of Midas on supports. Even though he was in that off lane, right, he was supporting, he didn't really have a great early game, he still got his Aghanims now. Because that's what the Hand of Midas allows you, right? It allows you to get an item for sure. It allows you to make certain that you will be able to get some money. And that is really valuable, I feel. And that's why I also like that the Night Stalker got one, right? He's also working on his Aghanims. So, it's gonna be interesting. Asus will have a lot of vision. Oh, Fear! He's dropping, and he's gonna be taken down quickly. Against Storm Rage. He just likes using that BKB. I don't mind it too much, right? Because I honestly rather have you use an unnecessary BKB than have you not use one when you need it. But I still think he might want to relax a little bit. I mean, that's just a Lycan, right? It was very unlikely that anybody else was around. They even have vision. No, actually they don't. That's a Radiant Void. Okay, please disregard that. But, you know, I guess he wanted to make sure they don't get counter-initiated on. But without the Lycan, I just don't see what EG can do. And I don't think they're gonna take a fight. So, I don't know, it's a little overly aggressive. But now he's about to have the 5-second cooldown, 5-second duration. At that point, you can freely use it. Right, once you have the 5-second duration, I don't have an issue with you using it for every tiny shit. Like, just spam it, it doesn't matter. Because the duration doesn't decrease anymore, just do whatever, right? But before that, I like it when people are a bit more careful. Because really, the 10-second duration is so insanely valuable. And you honestly don't want to waste it, because it can absolutely win a team fight. Talking about a BKB and 10-second duration, we got G now running around with a new little toy right here. Also about to finish up. Could be Sentient Yasha. Could be a Mantister. I'm not really sure which one it's going to end up being. I gotta admit, I don't mind either. I think both are going to be nice, but I actually don't know what he's going for. I couldn't tell you. It's definitely one of those. I mean, you're not just gonna casually buy a Yasha and just keep it at that. So, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. Oh, meantime. Sorry, poor Io. We shall take a look at your death. It was not the most exciting of deaths. Ooh. Rabbit, of course, now has got a Scarly down working on some lifesteal. So he just wants to be really tanky. And have a lot of stats. And I can respect that. Certainly, but, you know, I don't know if finishing up the Satanic right now would be a great idea. I would much rather see him get something that gives him damage. Right, maybe a Butterfly, though Butterfly isn't going to be too useful this game. MKB, possibly. Crits, just go for crits. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So. Oh! Universe finds the sniper. Sedo also running in, and G is getting slowed down. Activates the BKB dunk on the Night Stalker. Down he goes. G tries to TP out, and he is gonna be able to do so. So that's a lot of ultimates used, and they get 1 kill. I think that's fine for EG, but they should try to make something happen now. Again, while I don't think they lose at 40 minutes or maybe at 50 minutes, at 70 or 60, they definitely do. Sniper is just gonna take over, and at the same time, like, Asus got the better late game supports, right? Like, Skywrath Mage is just not that important late on anymore. Earthshaker, while he still stuns, he doesn't really deal damage anymore. IO, insanely powerful late game support, right? Like, these buffs never stop being significant. I mean, the damage reduction is percentage based, right? It scales. There's no discussion about that. It directly scales into the late game. We have the Night Stalker, who while I don't think he's gonna be insanely useful later on, he still has that ultimate, which is gonna definitely be powerful. And Zeus, I mean, that motherfucker still deals damage, right? Like, there's just no way around that. That guy is gonna hit hard. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. And it seems G is actually just going straight crits. I don't like that. I think you should get, like, you know, if you don't want the Manta stat, at least get the Sentient Yasha. But I suppose he wants to deal a bit more. Now, he wants to hit that a little harder. And Urshaka actually goes down. Wait, what?
Now that was cold.
Wait. Where's Urshaka? Wait. Why? Why? Exactly? I am thoroughly confused. Oh, he put down a ward. Oh, now I get it. Okay. That was still kind of terrible. Well, that's gonna be a free Roshan. They're gonna put it on the sniper this time. I like that a lot more. And geez, cheese on the IO, of course. So, I wouldn't be too surprised to see a push from Asus now. Is Shadowfiend just gonna finish up the Satanic? Now, of course, the logic here is you can't really BKB through Asus, right? Again, like, BKB is a bit tricky here, but it's still gonna be useful. They do have a lot of physical damage with the Bristleback and the Sniper, and even to some extent the... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Please excuse me, EG is currently getting torn. No, actually, no, I'm not quite sure who's winning this. Holy shit. Rabbit sitting in the middle. He will be taken down. Fear. No, it's just running away. So it's a 1-for-1, but they lose their edges, do they? No? Yeah, they do lose their edges. So that might actually be okay. Nah, I think that's still in favor of Asus. Like, the edges doesn't actually have any impact on gold and experience. By the way, this is a super even game. I mean, look at this. It's kind of crazy, honestly. But, where was I going with this? I completely forgot. Holy shit. Right, BKB, not too useful, right? Even a Night Stalker to some extent has a decent amount of physical damage. So, it's just tricky. So, Shadowfiend is currently trying to take the route, okay, you know what? What if I just have enough HP to take all of the damage? What if I just, you know, if I survive it, and then I hit people with Satanic? How about that? And while that is indeed a very viable idea, it doesn't deal any damage. And that's always something to keep in mind, right? Like, you kind of want to deal some damage. So, it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky. Well, you know, at least he does have the Boots of Travel. And we should actually go ahead and head to net worth. I'm sorry. I kind of had the wrong tab open for quite a while now. Oh, Lycan goes down. That's pretty big. But, of course, the Bristleback is leading, surprising precisely nobody. He now got himself an Assault Cuirass, which is neat. Second in line, Shadowfiend, also surprising precisely nobody. Honestly, this entire net worth chart, I didn't even need to open it. This was all pretty obvious. Oh, god damn it. I keep missing these. Holy shit. Sorry, I should be paying more attention to it. I just don't expect, like, a bunch of, like, pickles at this stage of the game. It simply seems unlikely, but EG is giving them to Asus, and they'll definitely take those. So Illidan gonna be heading towards the top, and this tower will fall, most definitely. Do we have buybacks? Yes and no. Should probably go ahead and head to that top. Lycan comes back into it. And does Asus just retreat? I wouldn't be too surprised if they do. And just saying, okay, we got a bit of damage done, right? We got a building. And we forced the buyback. We don't really need more than that. This is perfectly fine. Actually, look at that. Shadowfiend is pushing down the bottom. And he did get the tower with just the illusions. Now, I'm pretty sure his hero also dealt some of that damage, but, you know. So, Yeah, it appears that's the end of that fight. Neither team is willing to commit to anything, and that seems like the smarter idea if I'm completely honest. Night Stalker, he now got his Aghanim, so as you can see, a huge amount of vision wherever he goes. Except when it's day, then he's just kind of shitty. Like, during day, he's just a little useless, and he's gonna die and lose the Aegis. That is a bit unfortunate. Not Aegis, Gem, same thing. PPD picks that one up. Do we have another? Seems like no. No, that seems to be the only one. No, we do have two. There we go. Okay. So Batrider also carrying one of those Somersault. He's got himself a Ghost Scepter. Okay. Might be defensive. Might be a plan to build an Ethereal Blade. I mean, if the game lasts long enough, he will definitely end up picking an Ethereal Blade. But I wouldn't be too surprised if that's just a casual Ghost Scepter for the time being. You know, just saying, okay, Shadow Fiend, if you want to hit me, no. Though it has been more the Lycan, if I remember correctly, right? The Lycan has been the issue for him, not so much the Shadow Fiend. Talking about Shadow Fiend, he now got the Satanic down, so he's sitting at a comfortable 3000 HP. So, yeah, you know, why not? And this is really where his item build he went for earlier paid off, right? Like going for those early power TP boots and Yasha helped him farm, and now he's looking really, really strong. At the same time, I still disagree with saving up 4000 gold just to do that. That is stupid. Just buy the TP boots or the Yasha as you can, because why not? You're an idiot. But the item build in of itself, again, I don't think is too bad. I can see this working. Now, he definitely needs some damage, right? He doesn't hit that hard, he doesn't hit that often. He's just really tanky, and while there's certainly a merit to that, I wonder if it's actually enough to win the game, right? It's always something to keep in mind. Meantime, Batrider actually caught up top. We do have two globals, kind of globals. Assassinate isn't exactly global, but kind of used already. And Universe will be picked off. Oh, Yules doesn't get off the blink. Gem on the ground. And they find it. So, I wonder if Asus is gonna push now? It seems reasonable. I mean, the Batrider being down. He's not gonna be down for too long, but he should be able to at least get a little bit of damage done before he resurrects. Maybe force another buyback. I mean, why the hell not? Currently, Illidan doesn't have boots. Well, does he really need them? I mean, he's still running around at 400 movement speed, and that's without the IO. So he may not need them. He of course got the TP boots incoming. Don't worry, I did see that. But buyback forced, and it appears that yes, Asus is perfectly fine with just keeping it at that. Oh, you know, why not? I suppose that works. I wonder when Illidan is gonna get rid of that Crimson Guard. I mean, it's not gonna be too useful anymore. Heart I can see being a little bit more effective. Maybe even a Satanic or Skadi. Right, why not? But I just honestly feel it's about time to drop this. The thing about Crimson Guard is it has a really nice build up, right? Like, you can totally use the shield in lane. Frankly, you need it. The Ring of Health is insanely powerful during the laning stage. And then you just casually upgrade that into a Vanguard, and while you're at the Vanguard, you know, might as well build a Crimson Guard. Like, the build up for this item is just so nice that even though it's quite expensive, it doesn't feel like that, right? How much does it actually cost? Like 4k about? A little less. Yeah, a little less than 4k. So that's actually quite a bit of money, right? But it's just that the way you acquire those items comes so natural and easy that it doesn't feel like it. And it's still not that great of an item in a late game, right? It just doesn't provide you with that much. I think something like a Skadi or, again, a Heart would be much more beneficial to their team. But, oh, Night Stalker ultimate use, so they got vision on all of this. They're gonna go in. Illidan already used the BKB. Fear activating his ultimate as well. Rabbit pops his ultimate. Only hits Somersault. Now the Ghost Scepter use. He doesn't have an ultimate, but doesn't seem like he would be able to get it off anyway. Rabbit heals himself up into the air. Kind of a messy fight. Two heroes lost on either side so far. G now getting targeted down by Rabbit. And G comes out ahead in that fight. So that's a 4-4-2 so far. The only one that survives on the Radiant is Fear. Did he actually survive? Yes, it seems he did survive and didn't buy back. He bought back earlier. He doesn't have it available anyway. So yeah, he did survive. That's really good for Asus. I mean, that's a big fight. Definitely. I mean, that's a rather significant swing in their favor. I mean, it's not that important, right? But it's still huge. And this game feels like it's in Asus control, right? Like, it seems like Dire has this on lockdown. And it's gonna be interesting to see if EG can make the comeback happen after losing the top barracks. They might even lose the mid. Shadow Fiend is still dead. He doesn't have a buyback either. He just spent all of his money. Lycan activates his ultimate in the background. He's coming in. Wait, does he have a blink dagger? What the hell? Goes for G. Gets quite a bunch of damage in actually, but now locked down by Storm Rage. He's gonna have to retreat. Skywrath drops his ultimate on really not a whole lot of anything. Now, we got the Bristleback getting targeted down, dragged into the fight, but Crimson Guard used, and he's gonna be fine for the time being. Mid-tower, dropping rather low. I would like to see G just take that. There we go. And the mid-barracks now falling. Shadow Fiend gonna be dead for another second. He's now back up, Cliff used, and I feel like Asus should just retreat. There's not much to be gained from this anymore. Fisher coming out, and G is dropping. Rabbit sitting in the middle. Nice dunk. And there goes the sniper. Yule's used on the Bristleback. They're looking for this one as well. Slow. Silence. That should be able to do it. Oh, Yule's coming out at the last second. But nonetheless, Illidan will drop. And that's the 2 kills EG is looking for. They don't really need much else. They just want those 2. And then they can go from there. And they did take him. Oh, FNG. Poor little Io. He relocated back. I'm not really sure why. Could have just TP'd out. Well, we do have buybacks available, of course. And I expect to see them. Because they have to. There we go. Sniper is still waiting. Bristleback might actually be scary enough to chase EG away. And yes, he is. So I like that, you know, save that buyback on the sniper. And by the way, sniper is still just running around with that casual Yasha. Got a Skali instead of upgrading it. I guess so. Now I would like to see a Manta Star. Like, Manta Star is definitely more powerful in the late game than Ascension Yasha. Oh, Sedoy, poor little fella. Down he goes. And that's an Aegis on the Shadow Fiend and a Cheese on the Fear. Or maybe not Fear? Who is it? Oh, Batrider. Sorry. Shadow Fiend dropping the Yules. And he will pick up some crits now. Saving for the buyback as well. Yeah, you know, like, that's to be expected, honestly. Like, after that last fight, he didn't have buyback. And he lost 1.5 barracks for that. So, you know what? Let's just make sure we have... Oh, maybe not. Maybe... okay. Well, who am I to question B-Rabbit? I mean, he's just gonna battle me so hard afterwards. Is it him? Is it him? Alright, I'm gonna Google this right now. 1 second. B-Rabbit. Yes! It is him. Good. Oh, Batrider going in. He's looking for a G. Getting turned around on. And oh my god, that crit destroys his soul. Rabbit might be next in line. Stunned up already. He's falling quickly. G pounding into this poor little demon. And actually, he will be the one turn around him. Down he goes. He does have a buyback available. If needed. And yes, he's just gonna buy back right away. Rabbit now slowed down. Storm Rage, by the way, picking up an Eye of Skadi. And down goes Rabbit as well. That's 3 kills for Asus. With a buyback that was not necessary. But, you know, nonetheless, they got a lot out of that. And Shadow Fiend doesn't have a buyback because he bought crits. See, this is why I thought he was gonna keep buyback. I mean, why would you want to repeat the same mistake? That's just a little weird to me, honestly. Well, that's interesting. For sure. Wait, didn't Asus just bought something, didn't he?
Radiant's mid-rax is taking a licking.
Yeah, he got himself a refresher. Ooh, wow, that escalated quickly. Goes from nothing to a straight refresher. Well, we got that Agonimus refresher done now. So this little fella, well, he's just a support. That is one scary support, because he's gonna be hitting hard. It's gonna make you feel the pain. Now, this is, of course, something that, you know, like, that defines Sniper and Troll and Juggernaut, right? All of these really popular new carries. This guy, while he isn't actually, like, leading the charge in terms of net worth and all of that, right? He's not actually doing incredibly well. He's still super fucking scary. And that's just because Sniper doesn't need a lot of items, right? Like, he's powerful even with just a few. And I wouldn't describe his current item set as just a few items, right? But he is quite a bit behind on net worth. Like, he's almost 10,000 gold behind Illidan. Which, by the way, Illidan is not gonna get much stronger than this, so it's gonna be interesting to see what he does with his money.
Someone's dropped out.
But the Sniper, you know, he's just sitting here, being cute, looking fancy. But in the end, he doesn't actually, you know, he doesn't actually have the same amount of GPM as everybody else and still keeps up with them. And that's why this hero is so scary. And it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out for Asus. Shadow Fiend now got his heals back. Got his Daedalus done, of course. They did end up losing the mid barracks somehow. Guessing that was just creeps. Right, that can happen. He doesn't actually have enough souls. He needs 4 more souls. That's a bit unfortunate. Quick unrelated side note, I am really hungry. Should eat something. But we got like a solid 30 more minutes, so at least from the current state of the game, that's what it seems like. Oh well, oh well. Well, one ultimate is used just for scouting. I'm making sure nothing fancy is going on. Nice Stalker. That's probably gonna end up being a Heaven's Halberd. Right, I like it on him. Because, you know, it's not really used for the damage. It's more used for the utility of it. Io. Ghost Scepter. I like that. It's gonna be very useful. Sniper, he doesn't have buyback. So he should really actually just buy whatever the hell he's building that Yasha into. It's very likely a Manta Star, so he needs a bit more money for it, but he should definitely upgrade that, right?
What's with all the scribbling?
And it seems like he's looking to do precisely that. Yeah, he bought it now. There we go. Only took 50 minutes. Universe still has a cheese, by the way. I just noticed that. What's Lycan doing? He's got the Blink Dagger from earlier, Abyssal Blade, of course. I'm a little confused by that. Now, it's probably because he has been struggling, like, to get close to the Sniper. So a Blink Dagger, of course, is a really nice item for that specific purpose, because you can just close in on the guy. You know, get some damage done. But at the same time, you're playing against Bristleback, which is a lot of spread damage, Sniper, which is a lot of spread damage, and Zeus, who is the absolute motherfucking king of spread damage. So, I'm not really too sure about this, if I'm completely honest. Skyref, okay, of course he doesn't really have a lot. You know, that just reminded me of something. Like, Skyref got a mecha, right? Didn't Shadow Fiend buy a Ring of Health or Ring of Regen earlier? What happened to that? I thought he was building a mecha, but that obviously didn't end up being true. And none of his items use a Ring of Regen. Probably just, like, misclicked and then sold it again or something. Well, Urshtaker now got TP boots as well. So I think EG is looking to kind of backdoor this. Now, look, having one lane of barracks down is not really that big of a deal. Because it's very unlikely that you're gonna end up just losing to that, right? With 2 lanes of barracks down, you very well might. Right, you leave your base for too long, you try to push, and all of a sudden you're dead. Because the creeps killed everything you own. So, you know, that's really difficult. They can't leave their base and they are struggling to get anything done here. It's just a really tough position to be in, and it seems like Asus, they're just waiting for the next Roshan, which is actually gonna take quite a while. So, poor little fellas. But then again, I don't really know who they're gonna put their edges on and really get much out of it, right? Maybe the Asus, I guess. I don't really know, because Sniper is 6 slotted. The Bristleback obviously is 6 slotted, so it's not like you're gonna really get anything done. It's a bit of a tricky situation, to be honest. Wouldn't be too surprised if the Sniper drops his boots, right? I mean, he's got a Mask of Madness and a Yasha. So he is moving around rather quickly just with those 2 items, and he slows people and he has a lot of range, so wouldn't mind that too much. Or maybe drop the BKB, but I don't know. Always is a bit of a difficult decision to make. Io going to the bottom for no particular reason. Might actually end up dying. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I'm a little confused. I mean, that is a little silly, honestly. I'm not quite sure why and what for and what the plan was. I'm pretty sure it didn't work out, though. Unless your plan was to die horribly while getting nothing done. In that case, great job. So, oh well. Shadow Fiend now got himself a... what's his face? Butterfly. And he is about as 6 slotted as he's gonna get. So, that's interesting. Yeah, no, I don't mind the Butterfly. It's not that great against Sniper because headshot doesn't miss, right? So 40% of Sniper's attacks can't miss. Which means that, you know, Butterfly is a little less effective against that fella. But it's still good, don't get me wrong. And it's gonna be very useful against the Bristleback. So. This guy is scary right now. Holy shit, that double damage. Roshan is actually about to respawn too. Oh, Asus. They're looking for this. Io is gonna be back, and you know, Io can't just relocate into the fight. So him not being around right now is not that big of a deal. But I'm not sure if Asus knows that Rabbit got double damage. That seems like a bit of an unfortunate timing to fight if they're looking for it. But yeah, it's about to run out anyway, so that won't come into play. Yeah, he's actually gonna TP back, so PSEG prefers defending right now. Yeah, this is difficult. This is really, really difficult. And that's gonna be basically a free Roshan. One of these things is gonna be going on Somersault. Aegis. On the Sniper, he drops the Mask of Madness. Ah, there we go. Okay. Ooh. Poor little Batrider, holy fuck. Relocate into... where? Wait, where did they go? Oh my god, Rabbit! Caught in an awkward position, and he's gonna go down here. Actually, maybe not, he's still standing strong. He's looking to fight this. Currently his attacks are disabled. And G gonna be able to take that kill. Just barely. Buyback immediately. PPD gonna be taken down by G as well. That's a double kill. Meantime, the Bristleback currently just sitting in the woods, not really getting anything done. Okay. But they didn't even lose their edges. Did they lose the Gs? No. Wait, yes. I'm guessing IO had it. Not really sure. Oh well. Oh well. God. That was a pretty big fight for Asus. And they are looking good now. Okay, maybe they're not. God, this just doesn't show everything though. Right? Well, yeah. They're not really ahead by that much. They don't need to be. Right? Just because of team composition. Their team is stronger if they are even at this point in the game. So. Like, it's just difficult for EG because they don't really have a plan here. Shadow Fiend is not going to get any stronger. Right? Like, there's nothing the Shadow Fiend can buy at this point that's going to make him more powerful. Apart from a Divine Rapier. Which very well might end up being his item of choice, right? But still. Nike, he now got himself lightnings? Guess he wants to get more bashes or something like that. That's a little weird. Or you can do that, I guess, but the creep is just gonna die. So. Not really that useful now, is it? Universe still has the cheese. Oh, that's cute. Oh, Shaker got himself a Vladimir's. That's really nice. I like that a lot. In the universe, I know. It just seems like they're not making any progress here. It just seems like the items are stuck on repeat. Summer Soul now got himself the good old Veil of Discord. Holy shit, that's a lot of damage. I mean, like 25% resistance reduction, and then you drop 2 of these ultimates, which is like 1300 damage. That is, you feel that, right? That is not minor damage. That is huge damage. Even this late in the game, like 1300 damage. That is all of Skywrath Mage's HP, right? That's almost all of Earthshaker's. And those 2 supports taken out of the fight, you got the fight in the bag, right? Supports are still a big deal even this late. They still matter. You can't just disregard them. Stun coming out. You know, just being a little annoying. And the tower is taking quite a bit of pressure from G, of course. Zeus ultimate used. Just trying to keep EG away. Universe coming in. He's already pretty low on HP, actually. Wow. Wait. Assassinate gonna be flying? BKB, does it run out in time? No. If that had connected, Zeus ultimate would have dropped and down. Actually, no. Refresh wasn't ready. Well, that tower's dead. And Asus, they have no reason to not continue with the pressure like this. Right? They can't just have the sniper sit there. He's still got an Aegis. He deals a lot of damage and he's gonna be grabbed. Taking a lot of damage right away. Relocated back. Just a tiny bit. Down goes the sniper. He's gonna resurrect on the spot though. Somersault. Still has the refresh. He's being patient though. He wants to use it at a good moment when the BKBs run out. Cheese standing in the middle, gets taken on by Rabbit. And there we go with the second Zeus ultimate. Doesn't really get anything done. That's 3 heroes down for Asus. And EG is now chasing. They're looking for a little bit more. Universe, double 4-staff. He's got a blink in a few seconds, but that's not gonna be enough to get anything done. And that's a good fight for EG. They got a lot out of that, definitely. They managed to defend their barracks, even though that range barracks is actually pretty low in HP now. And Shadow Fiend is now leading the charge in terms of farm. I don't know what he's gonna buy though. I don't know if there is anything he can buy. If I had to sell something, it would probably be the Manta style, alright? That seems to be the least powerful item here, but
Someone's having technical
even that is just like, I don't want to sell a Manta style. He could sell the crits and get Divine, but I feel like then you would much rather sell the Manta, right? But I don't know if he's looking at Divine at all right now. That seems a little risky. Because, you know, they just won the fight. And that's a decent swing. Somehow it's not. Somehow the experience is still hugely in favor of Asus. Okay, I don't get this. Oh, we got the Divine. Oh, the Mantis Stab was sold. Okay. B-Rabbit does actually get the Divine. So he's hitting really fucking hard right now. If he dies, that's game over. But does he have buyback? No. If he dies, it's game over anyway. Down go these barracks. They're gonna rotate to the top. Zeus is still dead. And again, Zeus actually deals a lot of damage. So this is quite the big deal. G is just gonna use the illusions to take care of the Necrobox. And down goes the top tower as well. Barracks are now exposed, but EG gonna fall back. They don't want to risk a fight. So this is gonna be interesting. They have that Divine Rapier on the Shadow Fiend. He hits really hard. I mean, he's gonna crit for what? 1500? I actually want to see how much he crits for. Come on, attack something, will ya? No, I don't really know what he's farming for. I guess buyback, but doesn't really matter. But having a buyback would still be nice, right? Fear should be the one having one though. Zero, he needs a bit more money. Night Stalker got himself a Shiva's Guard now. Zeus can pick up an Ethereal if he wants one. I think that's actually gonna be really nice. You know, just cast it on the Shadow Fiend, stop him from attacking. Why not? Also allows you to deal a bit more damage. And Huh? Maybe not. He's not sure. Okay, how much do you crit for? Yeah, 1600. That's a lot of damage. Like a Divine Rapier, really, you can't underestimate it. Like it is very powerful. Very, very powerful. So, yes, there we go. Took him a while to decide. Wasn't sure whether or not he wanted to keep buyback. But, you know, why not? So, of course, Asus is gonna be looking at the Shadow Fiend here, right? That's the big target. That's the obvious choice. That's the hero that needs to die. Sniper now got himself an MKB, so that will most certainly help. He actually does hit quite hard as well. And if they can get this kill, that's pretty much game over, because he doesn't have a buyback. That's gonna be a Divine Rapier on the ground. Not really sure who would pick that up, but you know, it's still, that's like 6,000 gold just spent on nothing. So that's also rather significant. But it's mostly actually the buyback, right? Shadow Fiend, if he's taken down, then that's him. He's out. And oh my god, that barracks is actually dropping really low. G, gonna shoot Universe, keep him away. Nice Fisher. I would have liked to see a dunk here. Oh, G, grab. Dropping really low already, and down he goes. Shadow Fiend also on the ground already. And that's it. That's game. Night Stalker picks up that Divine Rapier. Yeah, no, that's it. There's nothing EG can do here anymore. No, actually, Divine Rapier on the ground again. Buyback from the Shadow Fiend. PPD picks up the Divine. I don't know if he should have. Probably shouldn't have picked up that Divine, honestly. I mean, he hits really hard now, but he's still just an Earthshaker, and I don't believe he can drop it. So... yeah, he needs to go kill himself or something. Or go for crits and carry it. Oh, there we go! I like that! PPD getting the BKB, saying, fuck it! This Shadow Fiend isn't able to do it, I'm just gonna do it myself! Know what? I carry this fucking log on my back all day. I can carry a team. That can't be much more difficult. I don't like it. That's fantastic. Of course, that's a late game BKB. That's a 10-second duration. And at the same time, this is god-awful. Right? This is terrible. He can't really do much. And there are no Mega Creeps pushing down EG's face. So I don't think they can actually pull this off. But, you know, I like it. I like the idea. I like that PPD was just like, well, I guess I got a Divine Rapier now. You know who got Divine Rapiers? That's right, the carries do. Let's fucking do this shit. Oh, Fear. Holy balls. Torn apart in an instant. He doesn't have a buyback. Rabbit next in line. He also doesn't have a buyback. And that's it. That's GG. That's just it. End of the line. Earthshaker TP's in. Divine Rapier on the ground. IO gonna go ahead and grab it. You know, it's gonna make for a nice end screen. And the GG calls. Asus takes it over EG in a 70-minute long game. It was a nice one though. It was pretty long, but I didn't mind it too much. I enjoyed that one. I hope you guys did too. If you did, don't forget to leave a rating on the video, and I hope to see all of you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. I can't speak.